Om Para Brahmaya Vedmahi Shiva Tattvaya Dhimahi Tano Mohan Prachodayat. Om Para Brahmaya Vedmahi Shiva Tattvaya Dhimahi Tano Mohan Prachodayat. Om Para Brahmaya Vedmahi Shiva Tattvaya Dhimahi Tanno Mohan Prachodayat. Om Gam Ganeshaya Namah. Om Trayambakam Yajamahi Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Purvarukamiva Vandanan Mrityormukshiyamamritat. Om Trayambakam Yajamahi Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Purvarukamiva Vandanan Mrityormukshiyamamritat. Om Trayambakam Yajamahi Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Vandanan Mrityormukshiyamamritat. Om Haurim Baglamukhi Hum Fat Swaha. Om Haurim Baglamukhi Hum Fat Swaha. Om Haurim Baglamukhi Hum Fat Swaha. Om Shri Guru Datta. Om Shri Guru Datta. Om Shri Guru Datta. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Para Brahmane Namah. Om Para Brahmane Namah. Om Para Brahmane Namah. Om Para Brahmaya Vedmahi Shiva Tattvaya Dhimahi Tanno Mohan Prachodayat. Jai Mohanji. Chapter 6 of the Guru Charitra. Ravana and Gokarna Mahabaleshwar. Namdarak Swami, though Trimurti was Siddha, having yogic power to do and undo things, why did he visit different holy places, and why did he prefer Gokarna to other places? What is its significance? Shri Siddha, I am much delighted with your question, and I'm encouraged to narrate incidents from Shri Guru's life. Shripad, Shri Vallabha reached Gokarna, and on his way he made disciples and gave them divine advice. Gokarna is a sacred place of Shri Shiva and one of the 12 famous Jyotirlingas. Shri Ganesh founded here the original linga image of Shiva. It is known as Mahabaleshwar, the tale of which I shall narrate to you now. Ravana's mother, Kaikaya, wife of Pulasti Manasaputra of Brahma, was a great devotee of Shiva. She worshipped a new Shiva linga every day. One day, she could not get a new Shiva linga. Fearing that her vrat would be futile, she prepared an earthen linga and began to worship it with devotion. Seeing this, Ravana asked her what she was doing. She said that she was worshipping a Shiva linga. Ravana said, "You being my mother, it is a great misfortune that you should earthen Shiva linga. Well, what do you intend to achieve by this worship?" Mother replied that thereby she will get a place in Kailash, abode of Shiva after death. Thereupon Ravana said, "Why do you take so much trouble? I shall bring Kailash itself to you." Saying this, he went to Kailash and began to shake it violently with his 20 hands. He tried to lift it up. Due to this action of his, 7 petals were shaken. Shesh moved his hood, and Tortoise began to tremble with fear. Amapur, capital of Indra, the king of gods, and heaven was shocked. Parvati went to Shiva with fear and said, "What has happened to Kailash today?" When everyone was distress, how are you lying at ease? Please do something to check this calamity. Sri Shiva said to her, you need not be anxious. Ravana, one of my devotees, is playing a game. Parvati entreated, kindly protect the gods who terrified. Shri Shiva pressed Ravana's 10 heads and 20 hands underneath the Kailash. Finding himself in distress, Ravana uttered, Shiva, Shiva, and further prayed, Shri Shiva, I have made a mistake. Forgive me. I seek your shelter. Kindly do not kill me, your devotee. Shri Shiva, who is very simple and kind, was pleased by the prayer. As he took him up from breath, Ravana then cut his head, turned his hands into violin. He attached his intestines to serve as musical wires. He then began to chant some Veda and sing other rajas on the tune of this musical instrument. He praised Shiva and 36 rajas. Being much pleased by Ravana's performance at great personal sacrifice, Shri Shiva appeared before him and said, I am pleased. Ask for whatever you desire. Ravana said, O God of gods, Lakshmi is my maid servant. I possess all the 8 treasures. Brahma is my priest, and all 33 core gods are serving me day and night. The sun, the moon, the Varuna, and the wind also obey me. Agni washes my clothes. Yama does not take away anybody without my permission. Indrajit is my son, and Kumbhakarna is my brother. Kamaduni is at my doors. Now I have come to take away Kailash with me, as my mother has accepted a vrat to worship you daily. Kindly fulfill my mother's desire. Kailashpati, Shri Shiva said, if your mother wishes to worship me, what is the necessity of taking Kailash to her? I shall give you Atmalinga, which will fulfill all her desires instantly. It is just like my soul. Saying this, he gave this Atmalinga to Ravana and said, after bath, place this at a holy place reciting Rudra's Sukta and worship it 108 lap recitation of a particular mantra. One who worships this linga continuously for 3 years will again my prowess. One who possesses this linga will live for eternity. One is relieved of any great sin simply with the sight of this linga. Do not place this on the ground till you reach Lanka. Taking the Atmalinga, Ravana at once started for Lanka. Narada Muni immediately approached Indra and said to him, how are you sitting idle? Ravana has become immortal. You will lose all your prominence. Shri Shiva has given him Atmalinga and has assured him that if he would worship it for 3 years with devotion, he will be Ishwar himself. How will you then resist 33 crores of gods who are in his custody? Better, you will all be his slaves. Also send divine damsels like Urvashi, Ramba, Menka, etc. to him. Being shocked, Indra requested Narada to advise what he would do. Narada asked him to go to Brahma. Indra and Narada went to Brahma and narrated what had taken place. Then, accompanied by Indra and Narada, Brahma went to Shri Vishnu and requested him to devise some means to overcome this calamity. Shri Vishnu was enraged to hear this tale. He, with all others, immediately went to Shri Shiva. Shri Vishnu said to Shri Shiva, what made you give Atmalinga to Ravana, the most wicked, who has made all of the gods his captives? How do you bless such cruel persons? Now he will conquer even heaven. Shri Shiva said, I was extremely pleased with his devotion. He cut his head and hands and made a violin. using his intestines as strings and sang some Veda and other song in different rajas. This time, if he had asked for Parvati, I would have given her even to him. Shri Vishnu said, "You give such blessing to the demons, become impudent, and then we are troubled much as they harass the gods and Brahmins, and I have to descend on the earth. Well, tell me, when did you give the linga to Ravana?" Shri Shiva said, "I gave it to him only 2 hours before." Hearing this, Shri Vishnu immediately sent his Sudarshan Chakra to hide the sun and asked Narada to Ravana to induce him to linger on the way, as he would like to observe evening Sandhya. Then he called Ganesh and said to him, "Ravana always disregards you. All bow to you first, and you fulfill their desires, while those who speak ill of you, you bring obstacles in their undertakings. Ravana deceived Shri Shiva and has taken away from him the most valuable Atmalinga. So you should go to him in the form of a brahmachari boy, and winning his confidence, take the Atmalinga from him at sunset. When he would engage himself in the evening Sandhya and place the linga on the earth, if you do so, the linga will remain there." Saying this, Shri Vishnu gave Ganesh various sweets, pebbles, gur, coconut kernel, milk, ghee, sugar, etc. Narada had already proceeded. Ganesh followed him hurriedly. Narada approached Ravana and said, "I had just been to Kailash and knew that you pleased Shri Shiva by heart penance and have brought his Atmalinga from him. You have obtained extraordinary power and strength due to this. This linga has great significance. Please let me see the linga. I shall explain to you all its qualities." As Ravana did not believe Narada, he showed him the linga from a distance. Narada asked, "Do you know when and how this linga came into existence?" This is a very interesting account. A black-skinned bright deer, having all fragrant things, was lying in Brahman Kand. Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh once went there for hunting. They killed this deer and satisfied their hunger with its flesh. The deer has 3 horns, and on its head has 3 lingas below. Each one of them took the linga and preserved it as his Atmalinga. One who worships this for 3 years becomes Ishwar himself. The place where the linga is placed is like Kailash. Therefore Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh have been prominent over all the gods. Ravana intercepted, "I have no time to listen to you, as I have to reach Lanka soon. Let me proceed further on my way." Nadara said, "This is evening time. You know the Vedas. You should act as prescribed by the Vedas. This is the time for evening Sandhya. Let us perform the same." Saying this, Ravana went away for Sandhya. In the meantime, Ravana saw Ganesh in the form of a brahmachari boy who was plucking durvas, a particular grass. Ravana thought that boy would not deceive him. Better observe Sandhya, entrusting the linga to that boy. So thinking, he approached Ganesh. He was afraid to see Ravana with 10 heads coming to him, but began to run away. Ravana asked him, "Who are you? Who are your parents?" Ganesh said, "Why are you inquiring? What does my father owe you?" Ravana smiled and said, "Do not be afraid of me. I'm asking this only out of curiosity." Ganesh replied, "I am the son of Shri Shiva. He has ash marks all over his body, has a necklace of Rudra beads around his neck, and bears his hair locks on his head. My mother is Parvati. My father rides a bull, Nandi, with my mother and begs for alms daily. Ravana said, "Your father is a pauper. He begs for alms from door to door. So it seems that you are unhappy at home. Inside a beautiful city, Lanka, rich with magnificent buildings, garden with other wealth, you live with me. I shall give you whatever you desire." Ganesh said, "There are many Rakshasas in Lanka. They will devour me, a boy living in forest, hence I would not come to Lanka. I am hungry and I'm also eating these sweets." Ravana again entreated him to hold the linga in his hand till he observed Sandhya. Thereafter, Ganesh said with hesitation, "I am an ignorant boy. I won't hold this linga in my hand as it may be heavy. Let me go to my place." Still Ravana persuaded him and induced Ganesh to hold the linga as he proceeded to observe Sandhya at the seashore. Ganesh warned him, "Mind, as soon as I feel the linga heavy, I shall place it on the earth." Saying this, Ganesh took the linga and waited there. All the gods had gathered in the sky and were witnessing this event. When Ravana was offering argyas, water ablutions, to fire god, Ganesh called Ravana and said that he is fatigued and he should take the linga from him soon. Ravana made signs by hand and asked him to wait for a little more time. After a while, Ganesh again called Ravana and asked him to come immediately as it was becoming unbearable for him to hold the linga. Ravana was meditating this time. Seeing that Ravana was not coming, Ganesh recollected Shri Vishnu's words and placed the linga on the ground in the presence of the gods in the sky. All the gods were greatly pleased to see this and showered flowers on the head of Ganesh in admiration. Soon after, Ravana returned, and seeing that the linga was placed on the ground, he was much annoyed. He began to trash Ganesh with wrath. Ravana tried his best with all his might to lift up the linga. The earth trembled, but the linga could not be shaken a bit. As Ravana tried to lift it up by screwing, it took the shape of an ear of the cow, and so it is known as Gokarna. And as Ravana exercised all his might to lift it up, it is called Mahabaleshwar. In despair, Ravana then went to the forest for hard penance. There were many other incidents signifying the greatness of this holy place. This is narrated by the Skand Purana. Om Parabrahmaya Vidmahi Shiva Tattvaya Dhimahi Tanno Mohan Prachodayat. Om Parabrahmaya Vidmahi Shiva Tattvaya Dhimahi Tanno Mohan Prachodayat. Om Parabrahmaya Vidmahi Shiva Tattvaya Dhimahi Tanno Mohan Prachodayat. Thank you. Please join us tomorrow for the next chapter.
Thank you so much for joining us. Please do subscribe to the page as well as click on the bell icon so you can receive notifications once we upload the next chapters. Jai Mohanji.